اليوم محاضرتنا عن الكورنيا. First of all, we should know about the objectives of this lecture. First of all, we should know about the definition, function, anatomy. In the anatomy, there's a detailed descriptions of 5 layers of the cornea: epithelium, Bowman's layers, stroma, descendant membranes, and endothelium. Disease of the cornea, we will concentrate on the infections and keratoconus. In the infection, first of all, bacterial infection, bacterial keratitis, viral keratitis, fungal keratitis, and acanthamoeba keratitis. And the another important subject is the keratoconus. We should know about the definition, symptoms, signs, corneal topography, pachymetry, management options of keratoconus. In the second slide, we should know about the simple details on the cornea. Where is cornea? Where is cornea? Cornea is the eye outermost layer. It is a clear, dome-shaped surface that covers the front of the eye, covering the iris, the pupil, and the anterior chamber. It arises from a Greek name, kerato. Greek name, kerato. Let us highlight kerato. Okay. On the third slide, we should know about the function of the cornea. Function of the cornea. First of all, protection, and second, refraction of light. Protection and refraction of light. I'll highlight the protection here and refraction of light. Reflection of light. Protection against germ, dust, and UV light. Refraction, the cornea represents about 2/3 of the refractive power of the eye, about 43 diopter. On the next slide, this pictures or this video shows how the cornea do the refraction. It acts as a convex lens, cause convergence of the rays to put the pictures on the fovea. Okay. On this slide, we should know about the structure of the cornea. Structure of the cornea. The cornea is a transparent structure. Transparent structure. And the cornea has unmyelinated nerve fibers or nerve ending. That's why the cornea is very sensitive to touch, to temperature, and to chemicals. The cornea is an avascular structure. Dimension of the cornea, the diameters is about 11.5 millimeter. Thickness, I mean the central thickness, 0.5 to 0.6 millimeter, while the peripheral thickness 0.6 to 0.8 millimeter. It's bordered with the sclera by the limbus. This is very important questions. Why the cornea is transparent? Cause of transparency of the cornea. هذا السؤال عادة نعيده دائما. Why وكلاسيكي إنه why the cornea is transparent. Transparent because it's a vascular structure. There is no myelinated nerve ending and regular arrangement of collagen fibers. And here we give you the dimensions of the cornea. This is the corneal cap, while this is the peripheral cornea. The shape of the cornea is not spherical. It is aspheric. This is very important point. راح أخليها بالأحمر هنا. Aspheric. Cornea aspheric, not spherical. Okay, it's steep at the center and flat out toward the edge. The steep central portion is called the corneal cap, and it's about 4 millimeter width. Corneal cap. هذا the central part of the cornea يكون steep, while the peripheral يكون flatter. هاي شو نسميها؟ هذه نسميها aspheric. Asphericity of the cornea. طبعا هاي الاسفيريسيتي very important، واغلب اجهزة الليزك الحديثة بلشت تشتغل على الاسفيريسيتي of the cornea، يعني حتى من تصحح البصر تهدف انه الكورنيا تظلها اسفريك. الاسفيريسيتي very important especially at night vision and to avoid the aberration، الاخطاء اللي تصير aberration. هنا slide shows the keratoconus. This is the normal cornea, which is aspheric, and this is keratoconus cornea like a cone، مثل المخروط، لهذا سميناها القرنية المخروطية. Defect in the curve of the cornea، هذا الكيراتوكونس. In the next slide we see the transparent cornea. This is the transparent cornea after corneal grafting. هنا شايل القرنية after corneal grafting, which is one of the methods for treatment of the keratoconus. نجي لسؤالنا المعتاد اللي قلنا عليه الكلاسيكي اللي هي why the cornea is clear, why the cornea is transparent. The cornea is transparent because it does not have blood vessels, avascular. It gets its oxygen directly through the air. It receives nutrients via diffusions from the tear fluid and aqueous humor, and from neurotrophin supplied by nerve fibers that innervate it. The cornea contains unmyelinated nerve fibers, unmyelinated nerve ending, normal state relative dehydration. If the corneal tissue become hydrated, the tissue become opaque. So avascular, first of all. The second point is pump actions of endothelial cells, keeping the cornea relatively dehydrated, and unmyelinated nerve fiber. طبعا in addition to other points like there is no melanin, not pigmented, regular arrangements of the collagen fibers. فذني مهمات لازم نعرفهن. أهم وحدة إنه blood vessels، راح أشير لكم إياها هنا. Unmyelinated nerve ending, relative dehydration. Okay. بالnext slide راح نعرف layers of the cornea. We have 5 layers. This is the epithelium, Bowman layer, stroma, represent about 80% of the thickness of the cornea, and the endothelial cells. The corneal epithelium represent 10% of the thickness, consists of stratified squamous epithelium, fast growing and easily regenerate. The basement membrane on which the epithelium is anchored and organized. The second layer is the Bowman layer, irregular arrangement of the collagen fiber, protect the stroma. Then Bowman layer, one of the layers for protections of the stroma. This is the main function. Corneal stroma, about 90% of the thickness, consists of primarily of water, about 78%, and collagen fibers, about 16%. Regular arrangement of the collagen fiber. Collagen give the cornea strength, elasticity, and form the keratocytes. سوينا الكيراتوسايت. نجي للديسمنت membranes. thin acellular layer collagen هو عبارة عن basement membrane of endothelial cells. Modified basement membrane of endothelial cells. Descent membrane is regenerate readily after injury. إذا يصير له regeneration descent membrane. نجي إلى أهم جزء بالكورنيا اللي هو الكورنيال endothelial cells. ليش أهم جزء؟ لأنه ما يتعوض. No way back. The thinnest layer, simple squamous or low cuboidal monolayer, regulate fluid and solution transport. قلنا pump action of endothelial cells سولفنا عليه. وأهم نقطة راح أضل لكم إياها هنا اللي هي no way back. If too many endothelial cells are destroyed, corneal edema and blindness will be occur. إذن إعادة سريعة لهذا السلايد. نخليه على المؤشر. الإعادة سريعة إنه عندنا 5 layers: corneal endothelium, Bowman's layer, corneal stroma, descent membrane, corneal endothelium. أهم وحدة هي الكورنيال endothelium. ليش؟ لأنه ما تتعوض، اللي يروح ما يرجع. No way back. بالنسبة للإبيثيليوم 10% of the thickness of the cornea, stratified squamous epithelium. إذا سألنا واحد قال stratified squamous epithelium شنو فرقه عن الجلد؟ فرقه عن الجلد إنه non-keratinized. Sometimes keratinization will occur in case of dry eye وهذا يسبب لنا مشاكل عند المريض. بنصير keratinized epithelialization. الإبيثيليوم يرجع بسرعة خلال 5 to 7 days. لهذا احنا بنسوي عمليات مثل عملية PRK، نخلي المريض كونتاكت لينز، نقول له تعال بعد 5 أيام نشيل لك العدسة اللاصقة، لأنه يصير growth and renewing of the epithelium. Bowman's layer وقلنا هاي for protections. والcorneal stroma about 90% of the thickness، 78% منها ماي، البقية كولاجين. هذا الكولاجين regularly arranged. descent membrane اللي هو البيزمنت membrane مع الاندوثيليال cells. ونجي الكورنيال اندوثيليوم. هذا سلايد مهم، يعني مهم جدا. قبل سولفنا على هذا الرسم التوضيحي اللايرز. هذا السلايد مهم جدا لازم تنتبهوا له. نجي إلى الانيرفيشن of the cornea من النيرفز، من الترايجيمينال نيرف اللي هو اللونج سيلياري نيرف، ومن الاوكيلوموتور نيرف شورت سيلياري نيرف. Physiology of the cornea. The corneal endothelium is monolayer of specialized flattened mitochondria rich cells. ليش mitochondria rich؟ لأنه تحتاج energy for pump action to keeping the cornea dry. Lines the posterior surface of the cornea and face of the anterior chamber of the eye. Governed fluid and solute transport. قلناها actively maintaining the cornea in highly dehydrated state. إذن هنا همات هذا نضلله. highly